Hi there, thank you for taking time to look at this video. In this video we're going to talk about the computer repair shop initial setup and how to get you up and running as quickly as possible. I'm going to take you through some of the settings you need just to get up and running, and the entire process will take just a couple of minutes configuring CRS so you can start using it straight away. Okay, so you would have hopefully installed CRS by now and you'd be presented with the login box. The default code for this is 1234, so enter that, and once you've entered that you will see this screen. Basically it's a blank database with no tickets, no settings or anything like that, so it's all ready to go. Okay, the first area you want to check out is the admin area. Within here just click on settings, so we just need to set up a few settings to get up and running. You'll see the company name will be prefixed to the license name. Then all the other details are ready for you to fill in, so if we start filling them in now, I'm going to start entering the details for my existing repair shop called the Laptop Fixers. CRS was originally designed for the Laptop Fixers, and we got so good feedback that we decided to release CRS around the world to anyone who wanted to optimize their repair process. So I'm just taking some details. It's a good opportunity to enter as much detail as possible here, because this is all the information you put here is going to come out in all the receipts you're going to be provided to the customers. The company logo, that can just be a link to your logo on your website, or you could specify upload one to maybe Flickr or service like that. This will be the logo presented to all your customers and all the printouts you get. Obviously specify your correct country. That's quite important because some of the features of CRS are based around your country, such as formatting the phone number. If you're in the United Kingdom, it formats the phone number slightly different, so if you're in the US or outside of Europe. Obviously you can specify your default tax rate here. As standard defaults to 20%, which is UK tax. I've already pre-specified this just before I ran CRS a few minutes ago, so you can enter in your tax rate one or your area here, and then enter the code here. So whether it's, obviously in the UK we're 20%, so not the greatest tax rate in the world, but here we specify it. I like personally to all our prices and stuff to include VAT, but you may want to exclude VAT by unticking that box. And the symbol here, this needs to be the symbol to be printed out on your HTML templates, which will be your receipts to your customers. So you need a HTML symbol for your currency. In future editions of CRS there will be a drop down box where you can select, but at the moment you just need a copy and paste, including the semicolon, the value you need. So here I've just zoomed in on the area, and you can see I've highlighted the entire bit I want to copy. So that's the pound. You may want to just put in your dollar symbol or whatever symbol suits you. You don't even have to have a symbol there if you don't want to. But I recommend just choosing one of these. Okay, so once you've selected it, just paste it into there. So make sure you've got the ampersand and the entire word plus the colon on the end, or semicolon on the end. Okay, the database you would already set up. The next important part will be your email area, this area here. It's already pre-configured to work with Gmail, you just need to specify your username and password here. But if you have another email provider, then you just need to enter your details here. It's outgoing only email, so SNTP. So that should be fairly straightforward. And obviously if you want to CC anyone in or BCC anyone, then you can enter your details here. And these are some other details here you can enter. I would say keep rid of the defaults for now, you can always tweak things a bit later. And that's basically it. This is all you need to do literally to get up and running as quickly as possible. And later on we can talk about SMS providers. Every time you change a status within CRS, it will automatically send an email, which is why it's quite important to get these settings up and running. Also you can optionally choose it to also send an SMS. So say you set a computer repair to pending, and the customer will get your computer repairs pending email and SMS, or If it's collected, then it will say, for example, this is what you get in the text message here for collection, or complete, should I say. I've completed work on your computer and your computer is ready for collection and convenience. So it just keeps your customers informed and make sure that they get what they need. You know, it's always best to let your customer know, give them as much information as possible. There's nothing else really here. You can always leave all the default settings, default nodes, and these all can be tweaked later. I'll just have a quick browse through to see if there's anything else we can specify. No, it's all okay. Calendar, if you want to use Google Calendar, such as when you set up appointments. The other important thing is to set up your point of sale terminal, which is this tab here, the POS inventory. Out of the box, point of sale needs to be configured. So here you need to enter your till description. So I'll call it Paul's Office Till, as my computer is based in the office. It uses the MAC address, the first one it finds on my computer. Click assign, and then that will now assign this till. We need to track what tills are currently active so that you can run reports and stuff later. And that's all you need to do to set up CRS, start running. So here we go. Now we've got a blank screen, no tickets. We're going to create our first ticket, assume we've got a customer who comes in. Click on new ticket. Depending on where your database located, if it's online it may take a little bit longer. So I'm going to create a test customer. I'm going to create one for myself. Paul Betteridge. If you hit the tab button to move to the next one, it will search in your database for anybody with this name or part of the name. So you could just type in PAU and then hit tab, and if there's one in the database, then it will auto find it and come up with a box so you can choose the right customer. Company name, obviously I'm the owner of the laptop fixers, so I could put that. So I'm having a bit of a caps lock issue at the moment. That's better. I'll use my work email address and phone number. info@thelaptopfixers.com. It automatically ticks receive updates and newsletter, so you can always tell your customer that they can opt out. If you use something like MailChimp, then through CRS you can quickly export all of the email addresses into MailChimp. I'm just going to quickly do the address for the shop. And as you start using CRS, these things will start to auto-complete as well, so the more customers you get, the more options will become available in here. Okay, just a very quick one. Obviously it's nice to find out who your sources are, so I'm just going to say that I found myself through Google. Here you can specify the make and model of your computer, and we've put all the top brands in, so as you go on you might find there's things missing there, so you can just click on the add button and you can add a new manufacturer if you wanted to. So I'm going to say I've got a Apple iMac, say the 27-inch. Clicking on this label will auto fill the next available asset ID into that, or you can type in your own one there. So ideal if a customer's coming back, then you can select a returning customer from this asset table here. So if you've seen the computer before, just double click it and it will auto fill in all these details. So it's a desktop computer. In the options you can change the asset types as well. I'm just going to say there's a mouse and keyboard what came with it. These items can be changed as well in the options, and you could put in the serial number if you have one, just in case you get two people come in the same day with an iMac 27. Their login details, so it's going to be called Paul, and password is going to be 12345678, for example. Here you can say if you want to blank the password, then that's a reminder to blank it. Okay, data backups obviously a priority. I want to quote first. You notice when I click the quote button, the top bar goes blue. It's the same as clicking the drop down here. It's just so that when you open up a ticket, you know they want to quote, or they're happy to go ahead with a repair. I'm happy to go ahead with a repair, so I'll stick with that. I know the job's going to cost me say £100, and I've agreed to pay up to 150 to get the job done, so this will come up. So it's quite a useful bit of information, and obviously if there's any damage or anything you can write your notes here, because Obviously this gets given to the customer when you leave. So you want that. Right, so now there's your very basic information set up. Click to save. Job notes are required. Okay, it's just reminding me that I forgot to put some notes in. Hard drive failed. Data needed. Reinstall needed, or whatever notes you may put in. So click save, and that's going to let me save now. It's just telling me there to make sure I've got the keyboard and mouse with the same asset ID as the computer, so we can't get mixed up between other customers. So if you've got your own labeler, or you want to use a bit of masking tape and write it on yourself, then this gives you the information you need to write on. If you have a Dynamo label, then it will automatically print out these labels, so it will print out 3 labels for you, one for the computer and one each for each asset, just so you know you're not going to lose anything. While we're talking about Dynamo printers, the reason that's there at the moment is the cheapest one at the time when it was developed, which a lot of people had. But we're looking to integrate both Brother printers as well, and any other printers. So if you've got a printer we don't list or we don't support, let us know, and we can obviously try and get that supported. So here, where we put the default logo in earlier, it's coming straight from our website. All our address details. Let's just make this a bit bigger. So this is what the customer will see when you print it out. Ticket information's up here. The address details we put in earlier, and our VAT number or your tax number. Obviously the service ID will be 1 because it's the first ticket we've created. Your customer information, information is here. And the items we've received we get here. Obviously in red we want a data backup. The problem described, and where we filled in the estimate area, we have estimated repair to cost £100, your maximum budget. So all this information is pre-set in the options, and you can change all this by going into the options like we did earlier. And again, the same with all of this, and again with the receipt, it's a HTML based template which can be found in My Documents. And I'll go through this in one of our later videos on how you can make changes to suit your own needs. And that's it. You can also specify the default number of prints, so you may want this to print out twice so that they sign a copy and you keep a copy. I'm not going to hit print, so I don't want to print it out. And then that's the customer receipt just done. Now you get your own receipt. This is for your technician's sheet. This stays with the computer and it just gives you some information about what's going on. Your technician can sign his name when he does the repair, and this stays with the computer. Obviously it's good to make notes on there, but I recommend putting notes into CRS because that's what it's designed to do, so you can check the status at any time. And that's it. So now I'm going to send an email. I'm going to say no because I didn't specify my email settings in the options, and that's the ticket saved. It just reopens up the ticket again, and you can see now, rather than just getting the customer, job and condition tab, you've got all these extra tabs as well. So this is how you very quickly create a new ticket for a customer. While you're doing the repair, you may want to add some information in. So basically the comms area, this is where you put all your internal notes. You can also send out emails and SMSs directly to your customer as well. So I'm going to put hard drive failed diagnostics, contacting customer to agree repair, and then add internal note. You can see it dates it here. The username, again you can change usernames by going into the user area up here, and change access, we go manage users. If you're an admin you can change it. You've got some quick links here as well, so you can say you phoned the customer and they agreed to go with the repair. You left the customer a message, or you've not left them a message, or they're happy, accepted your quote and want to go ahead with the repair. So you know, we can add more into this in the future, so if you have any ideas let us know, we can add to this. So once you've done the repair, obviously here we can go in and say that the hard drive failed, I'll put on here, failed smart read test and test, and then you can, if everything passed, you can click on that as well. So obviously it's got all the other ones as well, everything has passed fine. Here you can specify any upsells you want to put into the receipt, software installations. Go into the important part, parts now. You may want to put a part on order, so we're going to choose hard disk drive. We're going to order one. There's a few selections here, so maybe amazon.co.uk.com. You can go in the options and change these as well. You can put the link in here, www.some link to the hard drive, which I don't know, purchase price, whatever that may be, and we're going to set it to be ordered, or you can click on that, click on add. So that's a list of parts needed for this ticket now. So we've got a hard drive on order, so click save and close, and that's that done. So that's the ticket checked in, you've done your diagnostics. So now if you want to see what parts need to be ordered, you can click on parts for customer tickets. As you get busier and busier, you'll probably find you have a big list of parts and someone needs to go through that and start ordering. That will tell you what you need, hard drive, the customer name, the ticket ID. So I'm going to purchase a hard drive now for this ticket. Basically it's just, I use this as a shopping list. Make it a bit smaller. And the ticket opens up. If I just go back to that, I've probably got a bit impatient. It's just loading the ticket. Okay, so now I go to this link, click on here, it takes me to the actual link, and I've ordered it, so now I can set it as on order update. And you might want to change the status to a customer and say awaiting parts, and when you hit save, it will send them an email to say that you're waiting for parts, and you can specify in the template how long they may take, and I'm saying no to that. If you've got SMS set up, it'll also send an SMS saying parts are on order and they should be in soon. Again, you can change all these messages, and that's it. So that's how you track parts, and that's how you buy parts for a ticket. And I think that's it. So finally you do the repair. We close that down. In fact, let's go back to parts again, because the next important bit is allocating parts for tickets. So we've got nothing on order, but we've got nothing to be ordered. We've got one part on order. So now we've received the part from Amazon or wherever we purchased it from. That's because I closed it down. It's just telling me that's still open. I've probably got a ticket open, which I have. You only need it open if you have two tickets open at once. There's a possibility of data loss, so always make sure you close down the ticket on the other computer if you've got it on another computer. Anyway, the parts come in, so now I can say it's been allocated to this repair. So make sure you click on it, select the status of the part, and then click update. It's important to do this in that order, because if you just click save, it won't remember what you've just changed these settings to, because you could have multiple parts in here. So some might be on order, some might be quoted, some might have been allocated depending on how serious the repair was. So click save. So now going back to this screen, there should be nothing on order. I'm just going to refresh by clicking on there. It's all gone, and it should be moved to the allocated tab. In theory, that's what you'll only be looking at these two, possibly the quoted one anyway. But the important ones to be ordered, that's remind you what needs to be ordered for particular tickets. And that's basically a new ticket. So now, assuming the customers come in and they've paid you for the repair and you're happy to go ahead, you can either go into manage tickets, open up their ticket through here. Just opening up. I'm not using the fastest computer, unfortunately, but anyway, so now invoice charges, you need to specify charges for the customer. So there may not be anything in the database yet, so you may want to put your own, go into parts management and add new parts like labour service and services. So I'm going to just put hard disk drive, and obviously if it's in the database you'll get a pop-up, $79.99 part, and then lab labour, say $49.99. Oops, be nice to charge that amount. Add that to the invoice. You can see now you've got two charges in there. So you can print out the invoice for the customer, you email the invoice to the customer as well. So obviously it's a reminder us to want to set it complete, because we want to print an invoice. So yes, we've completed the repair. There's no ticket notes. That basically means we've got an invoice we're about to print, but there's no information about what we've done for the repair, which I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to say no to that. See this says resolution, nothing there. So I'm going to close that again, go back to ticket notes and just put hard disk drive replaced OS reinstalled. So click save, go back to print invoice now, and that won't give you the message. I'm still saving. So say, do you want to change it from parts completed? So you can say yes, it sends the email. That's good to say yes, because they get an email saying it's ready for collection. Okay, so now click on that. Sorry, that's what something. So you can see now we've got the resolution and all the information what the customer needs to see. In the settings we talked about putting the pound symbol. That's the reason why. If you don't put the pound symbol, that will come out as the non-HTML equivalent. So you can hit print, and that's ready. You put it with your customer's computer, and now you can either, if they come in, you've got the ticket open, you can click on this button, or a quicker way would be from this main screen, enter the ticket ID, click on that, and then paid and collected, which will open up the point of sale. Or another method would be to open up the point of sale on its own, type in the ticket ID here, click search or press enter, and it puts all their ticket details in. Click on the payment, you can choose their payment method, so they paid all by card. You can do part payments as well, or offer custom, there might be other stuff you want to make payment by. You see you're paying in total, they've not nothing left to pay, there's no change, make payment. It's open cash drawer, and then print a receipt. You can print a receipt, or you can just keep the invoice you give back to them. This is perfect if you've got over the counter sales, for parts and etc. from your shop. And that's it. And I'm going to mark the tickets collect because the customer's just walked off of it, which means later on when we go to manage tickets we can see that it's not open anymore. Show closed tickets as one has been collected, it's been collected, it's been paid as well. So it's great for tracking any unpaid collections as well if you do offer that service. And that's basically CRS quick start guide to using it. Not as detailed as I want, but just want to get you going. Okay, thank you.